This is every single thing you need to know before you stay at Saratoga Springs Resort. This hotel is a bit of a best kept secret, so let's check it out. This is a crash course in Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort so that you can decide if a stay here is right for you and know what to expect from this hotel. Saratoga Springs is inspired by a historic 1800s New York retreat famous for its spas and horse racing by the same name, Saratoga Springs. This hotel is a charming Victorian style, and you'll notice a lot of nods to that New York area and horse racing. I particularly really like the lobby because it's got Disney horses all around it, which is just fun. It's got a favorite Disney horse. I don't know if this one should count, but it's on the wall at Saratoga Springs, so I'm going to say yeah, because this is mine. Where is he? Pegasus. I love him, especially when he's a baby. He's so cute. He's so helpful to Hercules. This hotel is located in the Disney Springs area, and it is completely walkable to Disney Springs. I actually walked over here from Disney Springs. Very easy to get around. The hotel is a Disney Vacation Club hotel. That is Disney's timeshare program. Now, you do not have to be a Disney Vacation Club member to stay here, though. If you are not in the DVC, you can stay here by paying cash just like any other hotel. But there's actually an even cheaper way to stay here and get some of the largest rooms on property for some of the nice cheap prices. That is with DVC Point Rental. So there are a lot of services where you can rent unused DVC points from DVC members. For instance, our friends over at David's Vacation Club Rentals or DVCRequest.com are a great resource for this. With David's, you can pay to rent DVC points that they will book you into a room with, and it tends to be a whole lot cheaper than booking with cash. This is actually how my family chooses to stay in Disney World usually, because we've got adult parents, adult kids, and having the extra bedrooms that you can get in a DVC suite is really nice, but we still want those Disney perks, and we don't want to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars a night. Renting DVC points with David's DVC Rentals is a great way to ensure that you get those huge rooms, a ton of space that you need, full kitchens, laundry in your room for prices that are actually really reasonable. To learn more, you can head to the link in the description and check out DVCRequest.com and tell them AllEars sent you. Here we can see a little bit of the layout of Saratoga Springs, and you can see it's a pretty huge resort. I have gotten lost here multiple times. I got lost here on the way here today. I got lost here when I stayed here for a video, and you can see that in that video, my full tour of this hotel where I stayed the night and gave a tour of the rooms and everything. I just find it easy to get lost here. So take a picture of the map. Now, this isn't the most exciting Disney hotel, but it has two very big draws. For one, it's on one of Disney's golf courses, and this is a deluxe hotel, which means it has those exciting deluxe Disney perks. That includes free transportation all around the resort, extended park hours in the morning, 30 minutes prior to park entry, extended evening hours on select nights where you get to be in the park, only available to deluxe guests, parking at your resort and in the parks for free while you're here, and things like the Disney dining plan when it returns on January 9th if you'd like to add it to your stay. Let's talk a little bit about the rooms. Obviously, one of the most important parts of any hotel is where you'll actually be staying. Because Saratoga Springs is a Disney Vacation Club resort completely, the rooms are going to look a little bit different from your standard hotel room. And that means they're going to have more amenities. They're a little bit closer to like a small apartment than they are a hotel room. This resort has several different room types: deluxe studios, 1, 2, and 3 bedroom villas, treehouse villas, and preferred options of several of those different room types. The rooms are huge and have a very nice clean theme with that horse racing vibe. I actually really love the rooms here. They were semi-recently redone, so they have a really nice like new aesthetic, but they are huge, and the villas have full kitchens. In 2023, deluxe studios ranged from $460 to $770 per night, depending on the view, beds, and date. That's the cheapest room type here, but remember, those are the cash prices. So if you look at David's DVC rental, you might be able to get it a little bit cheaper. But enough about rooms, let's talk about food. No one talks about the restaurants at this resort, but they kind of slay. They're really good. All right, here we have the Artist Palette. This is the food court, kind of quick service option at this hotel. They've got really delicious burgers, breakfast, and treat options as well. The food court is on the smaller side, but they do have some grab and go options, bakery options, including Derby Day pie. That's very funny. Plus create your own entrees, sandwiches and burgers and things like that. The food court is also a great place to come and find some like microwave meals and oven meals for your hotel room, since if you're staying in a villa, you'll have a full kitchen here. After you eat, you can head out to this really nice seating area that has these beautiful like artsy hangings and things like that. It's a kind of small seating area for the size of the resort, but I've never been in here when it's overly crowded. I think probably the busiest time would be breakfast time. Then down the hall we head to my favorite set of restaurants. We have the Turf Club Bar and Grill as well as the Turf Club Lounge. Club Bar and Grill is a very nice restaurant with indoor and outdoor dining options. It sits right on the golf course, which is really nice. And you can see they have some nicer entrees like filet mignon and salmon, charcuterie for two. That sounds good right now. And then tons of specialty drinks and things like that. Of course, a mint julep. Could not have this theme of a hotel without a mint julep. If you don't want to commit to a full table service reservation, you can head to the Turf Club Lounge, which is located right in front of the Turf Club and typically has sports playing on the TV, plus pool if you would like to play. And there's some really amazing small plates here, as well as some really great drinks. It's also usually very quiet, so I really like hanging out in here. During my stay, I actually had dinner here, so you can check that out in the full tour of Saratoga Springs video. There are 2 dining options that you can find around the 2 main pools. That'll be the Paddock Grill and On the Rocks. These are the pool bar options where you'll find drinks, as well as some easier, smaller lunch eats if you just want to grab a bite by the pool. My favorite dining location here, though, not because of the food, but because it is totally hidden, totally secret, almost impossible to find, is Chippendale Cafe. Chippendale Cafe is located by the golf rental shop, and it's kind of your stop for golf snacks. Sandwiches and chips, hot dogs, really basic stuff, but it is so hard to find. Even if you stay here, you might not know it's there. So typically, lots of outdoor seating, no line. The food's not awesome, but if you're golfing, Chippendale Cafe is the way to go. So right here, we have the main pool at this hotel. This is High Rock Spring Pool. This pool has a 0 depth entry and a 128-foot long slide built into the rocks. There's also whirlpool spas and a Donald Duck themed play area. It's really empty right now because it's a little chilly out. But yeah, High Rock Springs Pool. Other pools include the Paddock Pool, which has a 146-foot long water slide that flows from atop a water tower. And there are 3 leisure pools as well, quiet pools located all around the resort. These aren't gonna have the loud music you can hear playing behind me. They're not gonna have pool activities either, which you'll find at the bigger pools, but they do make for like a nice, quieter pool day. Also, there's a ton of recreation you can find at any Disney hotel, but especially at the deluxes, and especially Disney Vacation Club resorts. They tend to have a lot of really fun stuff. You can always check these recreation boards, which you can usually find by the pool, sometimes in the lobby, and this will show you all of the fun stuff. There's the Giddy Up and Dance Party, poolside activities, tons of rentals and things like that. There are some paid, some free. There's a Find Maximus scavenger hunt, which is really cute. And an animator class, which is so fun. This hotel is also going to have the more classic recreation options, including a campfire and movies under the stars. Pretty much every Disney resort has those options. And Saratoga Springs has even more unique options as well. If you head over towards the big Saratoga Springs little tower here, you can find a lot of that recreation at Horsing Around Rentals. Horsing Around Rentals is really cool. It's a spot where you can do bike rentals and Surrey bike rentals. I used to think it was kind of silly to do a bike rental on your Disney vacation, but I have totally changed my tune about that. If you are staying at a hotel that offers bike rental and you're having a resort day, I recommend renting a bike. Maybe not a Surrey bike, maybe everybody rents regular bikes, but the prices are pretty reasonable. And in my experience, if it's not too crowded, they haven't been too strict about like when you get them back as long as it's there by close. So maybe check out bike rentals. It can be a really fun family activity. Also on this strip, you can find the Community Hall. Community Hall is something that you will find at Disney Vacation Club resorts. And it's a really cool area where there's crafts, you can watch movies, people kind of hang out. There's usually cast members in there, sometimes leading activities. It's something that is a really great amenity at Vacation Club resorts. You don't have to be a Vacation Club member to hang out in the community hall or use the amenities. It's just a really fun way to add a little bit of extra recreation to make your hotel feel a bit more like home. Sports lovers might really like this hotel. Of course, we are on Disney's Lake Buena Vista Golf Course, which is a country club style golf course that gets rave reviews. So if you're a golfer, it could be a big reason to stay here. And I actually hear a lot from our audience that is why people stay here, is because they're big golfers. There are also tennis and basketball courts, as well as a jogging trail that runs all around the resort. And remember, I get lost here a lot, so it's a pretty big jogging trail. And if you are the type that likes to get active on your vacation, you can also check out the health club if you want to do a little working out while you're here. Now, though you can walk or boat to Disney Springs, a very pleasant, very short boat ride, all the other transportation is bus. So this is a deluxe hotel, it's expensive, and you're still gonna be on the bus a lot. Even worse, there are a number of bus stops because this resort is so big. So there is an internal bus loop, which means when your bus drops you off or picks you up, you might stop at other stops within the resort before moving on. This can add a little bit of time to getting to and from the park. And a lot of people find that kind of frustrating. There aren't too many stops here at Saratoga Springs, so it's not the worst internal bus loop, but it will add a little bit of time to your commute. In general, if you're heading from point A to point B in Disney World, I highly recommend allowing an hour for travel. You never know when that internal bus loop might catch you off guard, or there might be a delay like traffic or, a boat getting off schedule. So it's just best to have that hour to make sure that you can get where you're going, whether it's a dining reservation or your lightning lane, whatever you might need. You can see a timed version of that boat journey in my full Saratoga Springs tour if you do decide to stay here, and you can learn a little bit more about how long it takes the buses to get to the parks and that internal bus loop also in that tour. And with that, it's time to decide if you should get booking or keep looking at Saratoga Springs. You should get booking if you want a big room and are able to rent or use Disney Vacation Club points. You should also get booking if you like a less crowded, slower paced vibe, or if you're a golfer. You can see there's like nobody around. It's so beautiful right now. But you should keep looking if you want more direct access to the theme parks. We're in the Disney Springs area, so we're close-ish to Epcot and Magic Kingdom, but we're pretty far otherwise. And there are other deluxe hotels where you can walk right over or take a monorail right to a park. You should also keep looking if you want a more Disney vibe. There are Disney characters in the room and the Disney horses in the lobby, but it's not the most overtly Disney resort when you're walking around. There are a lot of more classic Disney options to consider. And you should maybe keep looking if you are not a DVC member and don't plan to use Disney Vacation Club rental. These rooms are big, they're expensive, and it can get pricey if you're paying the cash price for room. So if you don't want to use that system, maybe keep looking as well. But don't you worry, if you do decide to keep looking, I have a breakdown of every single Disney World Resort hotel on the channel right now where I ranked every single one. I have stayed at all of the hotels in Disney World and I ranked them all in one video so that you can watch that and decide which hotels might be right for you. Then you can come back to the channel and check out any of my tours of any of the hotels. They're all up right now. I hope this video helped you decide if Saratoga Springs is the right hotel for you. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and now go watch my full tour of this beautiful resort. I'll see you there, and I'll get lost in it.